I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Quadruple Trail by Chile. This puzzle was brought to my attention by one of my viewers, Bartek. And Bartek has tried to solve this and has had difficulty with it, and so sent it to me to see if I could try it and demonstrate how to solve it. So that is what I'm going to attempt to do. If you have a puzzle that isn't too difficult, my limit is about 3 stars on the Logic Masters Germany scale. Then I will certainly make an attempt, and if I succeed, then I will show it on the channel. Or if you have a puzzle that you think is wonderful and would like to recommend, then please do get in touch. My contact details are in the channel info, so you can get in touch with me like that. Okay, let us have a look at the rules, and I'll just remind you that if you'd like to try this for yourself, it'll be the first link in the description. So the rules: irregular 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. So we're going to place the digits 1 to 6 in every row, every column, and in every bold outlined region. There are circles in the grid which occupy the corners between some cells called quadruples. Digits in circles must all appear at least once in the cells touching them. So in these 4 cells, there is at least one 5. In these 4 cells, 1, 2, 3, and 4 must appear. And in these 4 cells, 2, 4, and 5 must appear at least once. Okay, I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Well, we have some cells that we know all the possible digits in them. So those can only be from 1, 2, 3, and 4 because of this quadruple. All of these cells can only be from 1, 4, 5, and 6 because of the quadruples that they have. Okay. In these 3 cells in this region, let's have a look at this region. Let's color that yellow to make it stand out a bit. 5 and 6 definitely appear in these 3 cells in this region. Therefore, this can't be a 5 or a 6, because the 5 or 6 must also appear in this quadruple. Similarly, up here, the 2 and the 3 must appear here within the region, and that's the only place that they can appear, and that must be where they are for the quadruple, so this can't be a 2 or a 3. Now, I'm going to uncolor that, and I'm going to color this one green. Now, if this is a 1, then we know from the quadruple that this is 2, 3, 4. And if this is 4, we know this is 1, 2, 3. So we know that green does not appear on this quadruple. By Sudoku, it doesn't appear there either. So where does green go in this region? The only place is there. So that is a 1 or a 4. That means that this must be the other kind of 1 or 4. So if green is a 1, then purple, as I've now put it, will be a 4. And if green is a 4, purple will be a 1. That gives me a 1-4 pair around this quadruple. So I can remove 1 and 4 as candidates there. I've got a 1-4 in this column. And that places purple into one of those 2 cells. Okay, in this region, where does purple go? It can't go here. It can't go here because we know that purple is not green. It can't go in either of those because of that, so this must be purple. That gives me a 1-4 pair in the row, so we can remove that there, and now purple in this region must go into one of those 2 cells. Now, this purple is quite interesting for here. By the region, purple is not in any of those cells, and by the row, it's not there. But we need a 4 in one of those 4 cells, but we can't use purple to do it. Therefore, purple must be a 1. And that means that green is a 4. So we get to remove 4 from there. We remove 4 from there. Okay, 1 is now in this region. So 1 in this region must be in one of those two. Okay. These 3 cells, we have a 156 triple. Well, first of all, this 4 can't be in either of those two, so that has to be there. These 2, therefore, are a 2-3 pair, and this is now 1, 5, or 6. Four in this region can't, it can't go into any of those cells, so in this region it must go there. So we're going to have duplicate 4s on this quadruple. That makes this a 2-5 pair, which then makes this a 3-6 pair. Okay. Let's continue with 4s. In this column, 4 must be here. And that means we can place the last 4 here. Okay, and all of our 4s are done. Okay, we have a 2 definitely in one of those 2 cells, and we have a 2 in one of those 2 cells. And that's all the 2s we expect to have in these 2 columns. So none of these can be a 2, and this must be a 2. And that puts a 2 into one of those 2. Okay. So 3, looking in this column, that's 3, 5, and 6 in there. But we definitely have a 3 in one of those 2, and we have a 3 in one of those 3. And that's all of the 3s we expect to have in these 2 rows. So this must be a 6, which makes this a 3. That is no longer a 6. That's a 3 or a 5. This must be 2 or 5. Okay. 2 in this row. We already know that 2 can't go there because of this 2 candidate and this 2 candidate. So 2 must go here. That is now no longer a 2. Two is now in one of these 2 cells in this from the quadruple. And we know that 2 is in one of those 2, and that again is all the 2s we expect in that row, in those 2 rows. So this must be a 5, and this must be a 2. That resolves the 3 and the 2 here. That is no longer 5. these two digits must be 1 and 3. I don't think we know the order yet. These two are 5 and 6. That gives us a 5-6 pair in this row. That makes this a 1. That's now purple. That 1 makes this a 3 and this a 1. That means that in this region, the only place left for a 1 is here, which removes a 1 from there and makes that a 1. And that's a 5-6 pair to complete the column. This must be a 3. This quadruple circle needs a 5 on it. And we've eliminated 5 from here, so this is the only place left for 5. That gives these resolved. 6 and 5 there, and that's a 6 and that's a 5. That's now 3. That's 5. That's a 2. That's a 3. That is a 2. And this is a 6. And that is a delightful little puzzle. It has some interesting things to figure out with the geometry. My recommendation for irregular Sudoku is absolutely to use coloring to determine where a particular digit in one region can go in another region. That's a very useful technique for solving irregular Sudoku in my experience. So thank you very much to Bartek for sending that to me. Thank you very much to Chili for creating it. If you like this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more. And I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.